what my life was like in Bolivia had to do with the volunteers, because the docs were supposed to see the volunteers in their site once a month.
We tried to be there, one of us, once every 4 to 6 weeks if we could, and we were there more often than Dick remembers, but we didn't always get to everybody in Yungas at the same time, and we had to do that for 3 reasons really. We had to get medications to them so their supplies were kept up. We had to get laboratory supplies of stain, glass slides, things they needed to do the diagnosis, and later I'll get to how we designed this program.
And I would go with Bill to travel out to the volunteers, whether it was on the Altiplano, the high plain, or whether it was in the Yungas, the tropic. And I would take food, and so we were very welcome because if it was a young man, he wanted the food, and I would cook him a meal, and that was most welcome. And if it was a couple or a young woman alone, that was very welcome because I could talk to them, and we could do girl talk, and it was also, the food was also welcome in those circumstances. So I enjoyed it, and it was welcomed by the volunteers.
Particularly those single women volunteers had somebody almost their age, but who they considered much older and wiser to speak with. Because Ardith knew what we were looking for, so we were looking for signs of depression, we were looking for any other issues that they had, loneliness, all those kinds of things that come with being by yourself. And there were women living by themselves out there. So,
Could you say in the mother tongue that you were speaking in, say to me, I'm glad you enjoyed the meal, in Spanish, the form of Spanish you spoke at that time. You
Me alegro que le gustaría el comienzo, el alimento. La cena es muy simple, pero tal vez que le gusta.
We didn't want the volunteers to feed us. They had limited funds. The availability of food to them varied. As Dick mentioned, this was kind of the fruit basket for the capital. So there was lots of fruit around. Protein was a little harder to come by. And in there, we wanted them to spend their money on themselves. So when we went, we always either ate in the few restaurants that were out there, or when we were visiting the volunteers specifically, we had a big basket, covered basket with a lid, right? Woven basket that we put in the back of the van. We had canned goods in.
Right.
So we could go out there for a week, and we could feed people the whole time we were going.
Well, we're going to cut